Hey guys, hey, welcome to another episode of Speak with Dre. I remain Andre, your certified relationship and marriage counselor, an infidelity recovery specialist, and a well-being coach. Now, today's episode is one of those things we majorly come across, but never really speak about, right? Which is the easiest ways to lose a good spouse. And yes, it does happen. You could see someone who is a good spouse but has endured so much in a relationship or a marriage that they walk away from that scenario just to be able to sustain their mental well-being. And yes, it happens. We hear of people who are in a marriage, but it looks like they are not in a marriage. What that means is they are in a relationship or a marriage that is empty. I had to take a pause there because a lot of people don't realize this. You see people who are in a relationship or a marriage and they are lonely. They don't have people who cater to them emotionally. They don't have people who cater to them physically. All that is missing and it's becoming rampant. Um, so a couple that was counseled recently, we found out there are certain things that were lacking in that marriage, and it wasn't for lack of knowledge, but you see, people just ignored certain things. You see, as simple as not validating one's emotions is a problem, and that's the first thing we're discussing, whereby your partner or spouse comes to you based on how they are feeling on a situation and you dismiss it like it's nothing. That's nothing compared to what's happening around. No, what you just literally did is shut down that person. You see, someone or your spouse or your partner is trying to be vulnerable to you, letting you know that, you see, this is a bother to me. But when you do not validate their emotions, you're literally telling them that they are on their own. And I've seen this happen in marriages back to back, back to back. And after a while, the man or the woman checks out of that relationship or marriage because they are not validated. Their emotions are not validated in that relationship or marriage. Like I said, it's the little things. People see it as no, that, but it's really not a big deal. It is a big deal. Your partner or spouse is trying to let you know that this particular topic is of importance to me and it's rubbing me the wrong way. But instead, you dismiss it because to you it is inconsequential. But you forget that partnership is between two people, not one person, which means each person's opinion and emotions are valid in any and every situation. So that's one of the things that you need to look at. Another thing is, which is weird to say, but it is true, people actually withhold love from their partners. How is that even a thing? And withholding love comes in different forms. It comes in physical touch. It comes in now physical touch. comes in different sectors. It could be from holding hands, from hugging, from kissing, from making love or having sex. That's physical touch. People actually withhold love from their partners. It becomes a reward for adhering to certain rules or guidelines in your relationship or marriage. What is going on, people? Really, it is not a prize. It is not a gift for being obedient. It is not a gift for being good. If you are in a relationship or marriage with someone and you claim to love that person, why do you withhold love from them? You are destroying their self-esteem. Yes, I understand for some people in marriages, in terms of physical touch, which is sex, the sex part of it, not the hugging and the kissing or the cuddling, no, sex part of it. Now, you need to look at things from both sides. Sometimes the woman is not in the mood, right? And the man wants it. And you turn him down. Now, it goes two ways. Yes, you're tired. Communicate that you're tired. You can't do this right now. But when you do that, you have 24 hours to, for lack of a better word, provide that service to your spouse. Because when you reject a man constantly when he asks you for sex, this is what it does to him. For a man, sex is the validation of the love between the both of you, intimacy between the both of you. For a man, helps him build that. That's how he sees it. Not in totality. There are other aspects of it, but this is also a major part of it, which hence the topic we're discussing today. In other topics, yes, we'll talk about the other things, but we're talking on the quickest way to lose a spouse, a good spouse, is to withhold physical affection from him or her. When they keep requesting and you keep turning down, it lowers their self-esteem. It just tells them you're not wanted. But that is a wrong narrative. Yes, we understand life happens. Work is tough. Dealing with the kids, even driving home in traffic, it's crazy. But you see, you need to make out time for your spouse. If your spouse wants physical intimacy, give it to them. Sometimes, even when you're not in the mood. Because one thing you don't realize is both parties, you need to put yourself in the mood. Sometimes when your spouse wants something, you do it for them, not necessarily just for you, right? And in a position that you find yourself that you cannot do that, you have within 24 hours to make it happen. It is a serious thing. I almost even feel, but it's just physical touch, it's just sex. No, it's not. It means a lot to your spouse, hence why they ask you specifically for it. And last but not the least is always agreeing when you have confrontations, just to move on from that confrontation instead of actually discussing it and finding a solution to that problem together. Once you keep agreeing to confrontations just so that conversation can end, you're literally telling that person you're not available emotionally. You're not available when it comes to growth. You literally do not care. You see, people forget that every action has consequences, and these are the consequences of those actions. As little as it looks or sounds to you, it is a big deal, because after a while, you it comes off as you always dismissing them when they have something to say. So you quickly just agree, just to end the conversation, so that conflict doesn't go on. But you see, you haven't resolved that conflict. You just boxed it up and kept it. It will come back to haunt you later on, because after a while, you can keep. It's like taking a rug and you keep sweeping dirt under that rug. After a while, there'll be a hit, and it can't hide anymore. You see, at that point, you will not have enough drums to pack those dirt out. It becomes messy. So why not deal with the situation now to avoid the messiness later? Yeah. So yeah, for this topic, I'm gonna end here. I'm not gonna say more. But the next topic though is something you would want to tune in for, because I will be talking about 5 major things to help you have a great relationship or marriage. So I expect you to tune in. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on our social media handles. Speak with Dre on Instagram, Facebook. We're not on TikTok yet, but pretty soon we will be. What else? Send us a mail on speak_with_Dre@proton.me, and our phone lines will be left at the end of this video, so you can call us. If you need more insights, if you want to book a session, you can reach us on all those platforms and through our numbers. I remain Andre, your certified relationship and marriage counselor, an infidelity recovery specialist, and a well-being coach. Till next time, stay safe.